The live streams are just still uncomfortable for me, but I don't know. I just felt like putting this out there. I did turn off the chat because it distracts me, and I'm kind of only doing live streams just so that I can record and kind of post at the same time because I still don't have a laptop right now, so this is just a lot easier. Yeah, I'm just not normal, and I'm finally embracing it. Like, I think I'm almost at the point of fully embracing that, and what I mean by not normal, I guess, is probably various things. Like, it's not just one thing. I guess the main thing is mental illness, but then I've just been thinking like it's not even like I don't know, you could consider me mentally ill. I have I've had a bunch of different things like anxiety, depression, personality disorder, OCD stuff, ADHD stuff, whatever. Um, but is it mentally ill or just hypersensitive to this system, this culture, the way of doing things that just doesn't align with my brain? And so yeah, I'm just having like an interesting moment in my life because I'm kind of reframing it differently, which I've never, well, okay, like my suffering, I realized, I think most of my suffering dealing with like the severe anxiety, I think my anxiety has been the worst thing that I've dealt with. And then having prolonged, I think, severe anxiety then caused me to have like all these mood swings and stuff like that. Or also then had like an anxious attachment style in my relationship and just like worthlessness feeling, self-esteem stuff. Like all of my problems though, like the root really, like what keeps me stuck is the shame around it and the expectation of the societal norms, honestly, the societal expectations of how to be. Because the other day I kind of just let myself have the anxiety attack without the shame, and it was very it was very freeing, and it was way less stressful, and like for once, like it had never happened like that, where I guess I just have to explain what happened. So I was out with a friend, I was at a restaurant, and what was nice too is this whole time I was hanging out with this friend, I like wasn't hyper vigilant at all or anything, or like I've been way more present and in the moment, and that doesn't always necessarily mean like I'm calm at all, but I have a chance at getting calm when I'm not like dissociating or hyper vigilant or like being like I gotta act a certain way or that I'm in public, like I gotta, like it was nice that I just felt calm. And also the hyper vigilance in public a lot of the time, specifically at Superstore, which is a grocery store. If I don't know if they have that in the States or other places, but I'm in Canada. Specifically at Superstore, my hypervigilance revolves around running into a person and then like what am I gonna say, and it like just the small talk thing. And I in the last live stream I talked about I have this phobia of blushing or getting embarrassed or whatever. So it goes along with my social anxiety. So the whole thing of running into a person as well is sort of like I don't want a humiliating experience. Like I don't want to look awkward or weird, or I don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want my face to go bright red and them to notice that and then like comment on it or think I'm weird for that or why I'm blushing or whatever. And yeah, I've just built so much around that, like fearing that experience, because it all comes from this shame about it and the self-consciousness about that, like I'm doing something wrong even. So anyways, I was at this restaurant the other day with my friend and it was very chill, and relaxing in that, and then we were on our way out, and then like an acquaintance person that I kind of knew that I hadn't seen in person for like a really long time, and also the person I had like kind of we like saw each other at sort of group events and stuff, and then we would kind of message and stuff, like he was into music and that, and then I just couldn't keep up with the texting. Like texting will overwhelm me and stuff, and I can't keep up with it. So he was someone that like I didn't mean to just ghost or stop answering, but I just like my body just couldn't do it. And so I had never talked to him, I think, since, or seen him at all since that. So then when I saw it, he was just like, "Oh, hey Alyssa, how's it going?" Whatever. I just had I stayed in my body though, but I was like, or he said, "How are you?" And I just couldn't do the normal thing. Like I couldn't just be like, "Good, everything's great, it's fine, like how are you?" Whatever. Like I did that for so many years, and like all throughout high school I just pretended to be a version of myself that wasn't severely anxious and just in a total panic, and then that just causes you to just completely abandon yourself and like dissociate from your body, and then you like stay in that state, and then like you don't even know that you're always anxious when you're not even anxious, because you're also just like only acting out of what the people think of you. Like being my true actual self would be like just feeling the anxiety reaction. It wasn't like a panic attack, like it was like an anxiety. It's like it was just different because I didn't get this whole like crazy extra layer that I usually get when this thing happens. Anyways, I just kind of froze up. Like I didn't know really what to say, and then my brain, I just can't do the fake thing. Like I just can't shove my feelings down anymore and pretend like everything is fine. And then I also like I've been working so much on boundaries and knowing that like if people ask me questions, I don't just have to tell them all the answers. Like I would overshare at the pool with like the old pool guys, oh my God, the pool guys like asking me what I do for work or like just things that I just don't want to explain in that I don't have a normal job in that, but I would feel like I have to answer or explain the whole thing or prove something. Like I felt like I have to prove, and then it would end up like revealing my channel, and then like creepy pool guy will like watch my video, and then I see him at the pool, and then he's like, "Oh, I saw your song about the," and it's like a vulnerable song about my, and like, "Oh, are you okay?" Because it's like about mental. It's just like I don't need people knowing every single thing about me. Like I'll just feel so vulnerable and exposed, and like when I also blush, and it is a vulnerable, exposing thing that I feel, but I am just gonna own it now, and that's what I feel like I was able to stay in my body when this happened. He just asked me how I was, and I just couldn't say good, it's great, whatever. And then I think I just said, I might have said I don't know, or I wasn't like answering, and then he was like, he kind of looked concerned. He was like, "Are you sick, or are you this?" Or I was just like, and I was just like flush. I could feel myself. I was flushing, but I was just letting it happen, right? And then I just said, "I'm just a really anxious person." I just like left with my friend, and that was kind of it. I don't know if he responded with like, "Oh, okay," and then I would have rather to have just like been like, "Oh, hi," and like kept walking, but he like was right. It was, I don't know, I was already asked a question, and I already had started kind of answering it, so then I like didn't just do the wave thing. And I normally, that's something that I would cringe about for probably a week or something. I'd feel this shame about it, and like I did cringe later on that evening, but like right after it happened, I was like, okay, that was awkward, but I actually feel okay about it. Like it almost like got worse later on. Like would pop up in my head kind of later on, and then my brain was trying to rewrite the story like it was worse than it actually was, or something, that there was something. My brain was still trying to like tell me that there was something maybe wrong about that, I did something wrong, or it was just like seeing his facial expression again of concern, like thinking I weirded this guy out. He was with a friend. The friend didn't even like really seem weirded out, and I don't even know I think I looked at him once. So I just like, just my whole thing has been this like, I gotta be this way for other people because I'm gonna like cause them something, whether that's concern, worry, or if I'm just being quiet or seem down or depressed or whatever, like I'm gonna bring them down with me, right? Like, oh, I'm being a Debbie Downer. So yeah, I think I'm like, okay, this new way of living, it's just like, what is this gonna look like? Like, I just don't want to do things that I don't want to do anymore, and that will make me appear in this society an awkward and potentially like rude person, I guess, because like we see things as rude, like if someone doesn't talk to us when we see them that we don't even really know. But then again, I'm guessing the other person in a lot of these situations, like when you're like, oh, I don't want to run into anyone, and then you have that acquaintance person that you kind of, and then it's like, oh, do I need to acknowledge them because it's rude if I, like, they're probably thinking the same thing, honestly, anyways. But yeah, for me, it's been so intense that like walks were so uncomfortable. Walks in the neighborhood just because like I felt if I walked past someone and didn't acknowledge them or open up my energy or like just even give a look or smile like hi, like I'd time it all. I would like plan when I would do the interaction and because I felt like I was rude to just walk past them and not do that. Like I didn't realize I didn't have to do that. Now I know I don't have to do that. So anyways, that's my that's what happened the other day, and I don't know, I felt like just putting it out there for other people that feel the same way. I'm gonna log off and maybe we'll see you another time. I don't know when. Okay, bye.